Normally we see Ubisoft secretly nerf farm tactics that we find in the game, but this time they actually significantly buffed a money farm, making it really easy to get unlimited money to, for example, buy everything at a merchant. Also, by the way, some items that have not been working properly are now working, and I also quickly want to go over some other farms that still worked after the recent update. So if you like that, then a like on the video would of course really help me out. And let's go. But first, the sponsor of this video, this plate, and I showed you my Assassin's Creed plates for in my home office already a couple of times, and they actually have a ton of Assassin's Creed plates to choose from, but I wanted to take it to the next level for another wall in a building I will talk about later. And maybe you already see it, because I wanted to have a timeline of the big games that we covered here on the channel, but made out of disc plates. And the nice thing about disc plates is that they are super easy to put on your wall, thanks to a magnet, so you can also easily remove them and put on a new disc plate on that spot if you want. It's of great quality, printed on metal, and I just love looking at this wall. It brings back memories, and of course we're already kind of looking ahead here as well. So yes, I have a ton of disc plates, and you can get yours via the link in the video description. If you click that link, you get a special discount for 27% when you buy 1 or 2 disc plates, or 37% off if you buy 3 or more. It's only valid until March 10th, so you have to be fast. Again, the link is in the video description. Thanks to Displate for sponsoring this video. It helps me hire people to improve the content here on the channel. And now let's get back into it. Okay, let's immediately go to this insane money farm. And shout out to TreeIfVidi who reached out to me via Twitter at JorRaptor, just like you can. We of course talked about this beggar money farm before. It's in London. You can find it over here on the map. So there are 3 beggars here who you can give money to, but sometimes they are asleep. So if you encounter them sleeping, just like meditate or fast travel to another location and then come back. Or sometimes you just have to wait a bit and then they will get into position. So at launch, if you gave them 5 coins, you would always get a major chained fury rune in return. And we figured out that if you summon your bird and then return to Eivor, you would be able to give them another 5 silver and continuously get major runes, which you could then sell at the shop nearby for 58 silver. But then the nerf came, making it so that beggars would only give you a rune after like 6 times of summoning your bird, so it was not really worth it anymore. It took a really long time. Well, now to my surprise, after the most recent patch, things seem to be reverted, or it seems like Ubisoft tried to fix something while actually making it way more lucrative. So for one, going to the spot in London and talking to a beggar will now immediately give you a major rune. Okay, sometimes they will not like show up immediately, but just do the tactic where you summon your bird and then give 5 coins again, and then you will at one point see the major runes come in. And if you do it quickly enough, then you will see like multiple pop up at the same time. Sometimes the prompt to give coins does not appear, but it still works if you just get the button combination right. So then yes, after like 5 minutes, your bag will be full with these chained fury runes. And I will talk about the money it actually cost you in a moment, because that's the funny part. Now let's first go to the merchant close by. And before we sell the runes, we want to go to the settings, to controls, and then to the menu hold factor. Because turning this down will let you sell the runes even faster, because you only have to hold the sell button like very briefly. And then bam, after like less than 5 minutes, I made 3,654 silver, which of course insane. And an even crazier part is that will only cost you 15 silver per beggar. So here I got 20,255 silver before talking to a beggar and doing this farm. And then after getting a ton of runes from the beggar, I check my inventory again. And then I have 20,230 silver. So again, it only costs you 15 silver max. So the first 3 times you do give 5 silver, but after that you still get the major runes but give no money. And I think this has to do with the new pouch from the beggar. So before the update, a beggar would have an unlimited money pouch, so killing him after doing the tactic would give you all the money back that you gave him in exchange for the runes. But now, if you kill him after taking tens of runes, you always get 15 silver back. Because that now seems to be the max he can carry, so also the max you can give him. So yeah, they did not only make the farm even better by giving you a major rune each time you give him coins, but they also eliminated the cost for these runes. Sure, killing the beggar would always give you your money back, but it's still kind of weird that these beggars can only carry 15 silver, so you can only give them 15 silver as well. Okay, so I tried it a little more, and it's actually even crazier. Like, sometimes you just give them nothing while still getting the major rune, and then if you kill them, you also get no coins from them. So it really seems like giving the beggars money just doesn't work anymore, or their pouch just like cannot carry anything. Because if you kill them, you also don't get anything. Either way, free major runes, which you can sell for a ton of money. Wild, like, there's not been a better farm in the game since launch, I think. So they can, again, buy everything from the merchant if you have it already. And it's, of course, nice to always have silver for the major runes that show up at the merchant each time. Like, they do have an impact on your gameplay. You can, of course, buy skill points or a mastery point here if you want, if your settlement is level 6. And by the way, those tattoos that first did not show up at Tovi after buying them now do show up. So that's another secret change, because first they would give you like a second huntsman armor. Also, by the way, a quick heads up that my tungsten farm, where you go to Hamptonshire to this fast travel spot over here and then spot the 2 patrols with your birds, they are quite far away. Already tag them, and then you will be able to easily take them out. After killing both, you want to return to Gloucestershire, to the fast travel point there, make a save, and then load that save you just made. If you then return to the fast travel point in Hamptonshire, you will once again be able to spot the 2 tungsten patrols. So, they luckily did not remove those. Just like the nickel farm in East Anglia, go to this tower over here on the map. And when you get there and go down, you can already spot the patrol with your birds. I always start with the Mark of Death, and then I follow up with my Crazy 2 Spear build with the new St. George's set, which actually better, I think, than the Brigandine armor set. Might talk about that in a future video. And then if you take them out, you can save and then reload that save, and then you spawn on the road again with the patrol, either further down the same road or really close by. So you can do this over and over again without even fast traveling back. Subscribe, of course, for way more Valhalla content if you haven't already, and to be up to date on when we hear more about the upcoming DLC. A like would, of course, really help me out. And totally check out my previous video on a small update and changes Ubisoft released. You can watch it by clicking on the screen, or I will link to it at the end of our photo mode showcase. You can, of course, send in your shots via the ValhallaRaptor hashtag on Twitter, or via my dedicated pictures channel on Discord. You can join the Discord via the link in the pinned comment, and be sure that you accept the rules, and then you are able to post. Okay, Joyce, come in. You selected, of course, 3 shots from the community, so I'm curious, which one did you select this time?
What's up, everyone? First up is a Bangu Bank, and I hope I pronounced this right, over on Discord, who's exploring a dark cave while wearing a mix of the Einerjar and the Thane armor set, I think. Looks like the creator already tried out some transmog, even when it's not in the game yet. Wonder what Ava will find here.
Yeah, really cool. I love the lightning thanks to the torch.
Next up is Rabhamendu, who created a shadow figure shot of Eivor taking a leap of faith. This reminds me of the Assassin's Creed movie poster, where Aguilar is doing the exact same pose, but from a different angle. You know which one I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Really love it as well.
And finally, we've got Christian Borg over on Twitter, who's juggling with a dual-wield broadaxe combo. I especially love the one in the back with the bear head on the weapon. Yeah. So much detail goes into the axe designs. Yeah,
and for people who are wondering, it's from the Berserker pack as well. So, like, everything is here from the Berserker armor, right?
Yes, with the Berserker hood and the body covered up in tattoos, it gives me wild vibes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I really love it as well, and just awesome to use the dual wielding, or like the dual swap skill in motion, and kind of like use the photo mode that way. Oh, and by the way, that axe is now for sale at Reda for like in the daily selection, so if you want to get it, it's not really good, but so you know. Subscribe, of course, for way more Valhalla content. A like on the video would really help us out. Check out our previous video by clicking on the screen, and for now we will speak to you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.